Hello, everyone. Hello, Gaster. Hello, Caden. Once, Caden, you were slightly too late for a stream that you weren't otherwise preoccupied with. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's Sunday been going? I've been just... brains have been all over the place, really. So probably looking at a very laid-back... I mean, I know I'm certified chill vibes streamer, I guess. That's what I've been told. I'm just kind of like, I'm a bit out of it. I mostly just want to chat, really. But obviously, I also want to play video games. I want to play Shadowverse because it's been a while since I played Shadowverse. So I probably won't be doing anything. Yeah. The old streaming whilst also playing a video game, which is basically what I do when I watch anyone stream. I'm usually playing, I'm usually grinding on Final Fantasy 14 or Arknights or something. It's whenever I'm playing any of my kind of like grindier RPG games. It's my usual best streaming time. I haven't been able to watch too many streams that much because, as I said, I'm playing lots of Signalis again. Lots of Signalis. I haven't really if I'd been playing lots of Signalis, I'd probably have gotten all the endings at this point. I still haven't cleared the second playthrough. Ooh, congratulations! Persona 4 was... Sounds good, kid. Sounds good, and yeah. So no, I don't know how. I can't remember how they did the difficulties in Golden, because I remember the original Persona 4 had that very weird difficulty curve where it starts really hard. I think a lot of Persona games have the same kind of deal where it's like it starts really hard. And then once you've actually got all your powers and shit, it becomes an absolute cakewalk because you have all the options and all the you'll probably have crafted some super uber persona with no resist, with all the coverage moves and all the good buff stuff, and you'll have like shit like Trumpeter and whatnot, and you'll have all the relevant social links maxed, so your party members don't have any weaknesses. It doesn't have the continue option, which I think that was something they added in Golden. I think in original Persona 4 it was also back to the last save with you. Yeah, I definitely remember Golden had a lot more. I think very hard is mostly the same as original Persona 4. I think they scaled up the later difficulty a bit in very hard. I can't remember exactly. But in original Persona 4, if you got knocked out, you would back to the main menu, load up your last save, friend, because that's where you're going. But Golden was a lot more forgiving, even on I can't remember what I definitely played on. It was I either played on like very hard or one of the higher difficulty settings when I tried playing through Golden. But as I said, I just got very bored because I had played original Persona 4 so much that the new stuff in Golden wasn't catching me that well. A lot of the new stuff in Golden to me felt a lot like busy work, and there wasn't like enough like better story beats. Like, I know people are a bit harsh on Mary. I didn't actually hate Marie, but I didn't care much for her either. So, oh yeah, so it's got much less like bullshit screwing you over at the very least. I remember the days when you get into a floor, you'd get your arcane draw, and it'd be just immediately, you have drawn death. Congratulations, you now have to sprint through the level because the Reaper's coming after you. Yeah, so yeah, Golden, I can barely remember Marshmallow Golden. I was just like, oh, look at all these things that I was just like, oh, now I have to manage all this gardening, and I have to go over to this place with the scooter and everything, and now it's gone from a nice little tight experience with this little town to like, oh my god, there's just so much to do. It was overwhelming for me, I think, with just the additional stuff. But yeah, it's definitely like, if you haven't played the original, or you only played like the original once, Golden is definitely worth checking out. But for me, I've cursed the owners, and it also wasn't like Golden. One thing that's become an increasingly like increasing the like compounding issue with all the extra versions of Persona. So of course, when they made Persona 3, it was a much more of a bit of a rush job, and they had a bunch of plot holes to fill in, and that's kind of what FBS and the extra chapter did. Is like, okay, we'll paste over these extra bits with this extra chapter that'll kind of like be the post-game final true ending bit. That'll kind of like resolve everything that we kind of didn't resolve properly. And that was the for answer bit. And there was also a whole lot of other things that Persona 3 needed fixes, but it was like with Persona 4 and then even more with Persona 5, there's just less stuff that needs fixing, so the extra chapters are less like the extra bits just kind of feel like, oh, okay, that's just there because we needed to bolt more onto it. And also Persona 5 Royal came out like, what, a year or two after the original Persona 5, which felt in this day and age, that felt way too fast to not just be an expansion. I know they had to make it they had to do their same thing of it being a whole different game you'd have to buy. Not even fighting games do that. Yeah, so that was it. It's a bit of an annoyance, and also just like admittedly I didn't play through the original Persona 3 because I got in at original 4, but like with original 4 and with original 5, I never felt like, oh, this story needs more. I felt like those stories are pretty complete. Also, I know a lot of my friends who did get into Persona earlier, like of Persona 3 or even the early Persona 1 or 2, they were like, yeah, the original release of Persona 3 just had some pretty big issues even in the writing and the just generally a bunch of stuff that FBS was kind of like, okay, I guess it's just a part of time maybe it's just being older, but also it's that kind of I think as time's gone on, we've gotten used to there being large gaps in between games, aside from unless you're like you're one of the people who keeps buying every Call of Duty, but even Call of Duty has had even those kind of games have had pretty big, as games have become bigger and more expensive to make, like people like are thinking, 3 or 4 years isn't actually that long. And there hasn't been any particular jumps to go through. Also, the Golden at least had the initial pitch of it was being put onto the Vita, so it was portable. Just, it's a shame it was the only major release the Vita ever had. Poor PlayStation Vita. How you were neglected. and how I wish you were not. There was good shit on that. There was good shit on the Vita, but it was all like niche stuff. Is like visual novels and dungeon crawlers mostly, and yeah, and then they just gave up on it. It was too expensive to make for. Not enough. Never kind of got out of its kind of like rut of being expensive to make for and not enough chance of sales because not enough people had them because they didn't market them all because Sony didn't want to make big flashy games for it. They just farmed all their IPs out to other people that weren't given enough time or money. The Killzone on Vita was pretty good though. Like definitely I had a lot of fun with it at least. I think it's probably a good time to start booting up Shadowverse now. Speaking about... Just need to do a little... Yeah, it's good they got a PC release recently. Shadowverse, there we go. Swoop. But and then speaking of games that take forever to release, there's obviously the Cygames have been working on Grand Blue Fantasy Relink for forever. But yeah, so in general Shadowverse news since I last played, which was quite a while, there's been a bit of an upheaval because they nerfed Artifact Portal really badly because they I don't have any of them because I filed them all because it's rotating out next set, so it's not really worth trying to play Artifact Portal until next rotation happens. But yeah, they nerfed Genesis Artifact so it only puts a single cannon artifact into your hand instead of two. Which means Artifact Portal just doesn't kill anymore. I mean, it can kill, and you can still, like, play Artifact Portal, but it's nowhere near as strong as it used to be. And I'd highly recommend not doing it if you just play a rotation because it's definitely worth vialing all your Genesis artifacts for those unfamiliar with like online card game stuff, so they don't like cause outrage whenever they like nerf a card. It's until like the next major patch, then it will be, you can vial it for the full, you can like trade it in for the full cost of vials. So you can basically turn that into whatever legendary you want, because otherwise, so that then obviously they don't want people going, but I opened all these packs and spent all these vials to get this specific card and you nerfed it, that's unfair. No, so it's like every card game does as a Hearthstone. Legends of Runeterra, even MTG. I don't know how MTG Arena does it because it has a very weird system. Last I looked, anyway. But yeah. But I'm playing a lot of this weird. So yeah, Artifact Portal's a bit gone. Puppet Portal is come back as a kind of like a big popular deck. So I've been playing a little of that, but mostly I've been playing this kind of weird Shadowcraft deck. I haven't like. I guess it's just kind of mid-range because it's just got a bit of everything. Like it's got you want Lost Words. It's got Lost Words, Masquerade, Ghost, and Skeleton Raider, but it hasn't got the Synonymous and like the Synonymous Susie package. No additional chest buffs, no. I'm holding on hope, for the mystical bishop to save the day. Yeah, this has been a fun deck. It's basically mid-range Shadow that's got a bit of a Last Word sub theme because you've got Cerberus in there for some extra damage. But it's you mostly finish people off with like Masquerade Ghost, some combination of Masquerade Ghost and Skeleton Raider. And you're just dealing a lot of storm damage because you've got these. There's just a bunch of decent cards like Corral Souls and Spirit Invasion. It's like, yeah, these summon ghosts and Masquerade Ghost buffs the ghosts, so you can just add that with any other storm damage available. Like whether that be either Haunted Swordsman if you're running it, or usually Skeleton Raider. Even without a full Evo package, you only need a couple of Evos to get them to some good value. There's a lot of decks these days. A lot of people are running like Puppets or Swordcraft, so Skeleton Raider does do pretty well against the pretty wide boards usually. Then the other kind of things in the big patch was buffs to some of the other. Was buffs to some decks. They buffed Wrathblood by increasing the AoE of their I forgot his name. 5 play point. Legendary Bloodcraft follow. Well, I don't actually have any. Howling Demon, that's the one. Yeah, they buffed his AoE to be 5 damage, which means he clears a whole lot more and will very frequently hit face, which is very important. And also, they unnerfed Bloodsucker of the Night. So she always gives so she's back to giving always giving Forest Bat Storm. Which helps with the aggression a lot, so Wrathblood's been doing pretty spicy. Yeah, there's the other, and there was one more buff. They buffed I keep going out of the cards when I really should go. They buffed a Swordcraft guy. They buff he's in Paradise. Geomon. As they took him down a cost, so he's now a 4 play point 4/4 instead of a 5 play point 4/5. And the glittering gold he puts in your hand gets turned to a 0 cost. Which is important, because it means that you can use it a lot more handily. So that kind of Swordcraft deck is actually got some legs now. But otherwise the meta's been a bit all over a bit. There's been a bouncing between like Swordcraft and Puppetcraft and Runecraft. Shadowcraft hasn't really made as big of a splash, even though I quite like this deck. But it's still fun. It's still also Crystallized Haven's been doing pretty well. That hasn't really received any kind of changes. It's just kind of like been there, like, yep, we still do pretty well. And yeah, it's just a very, I guess it's good. It is good. There's a nice diverse meta, but it means I have no idea what the fuck to make a deck guide on. And as I said, I've been too busy thinking about Signalis to think about what the hell kind of deck guide I'd make, because I don't really know how to make a deck guide for this. Just like, play cards, win. Let's just show it off, I guess. Show off. I guess I really should just. I'm being a bit silly just calling it question mark, question mark, question mark. I really should just call it like mid-range or last words or something. Like it's down as hybrid shadow, which just feels like a really weird thing to call a deck. I'd definitely call it like last words or mid-range. That's still very much. So this hand, I'd probably keep all of this, Bacchus and yeah. It's card draw and last words, basically. Yeah, no, right? It's madness. So they're playing Runecraft. I will say hi. Yeah, we got a pretty solid starting hand. Depends entirely on what they're probably playing Spell Boost. I haven't seen much Earth, right? So I'm gonna play a Bellringer Angel. Pressuring with Bacchus isn't gonna do much for now, and I'd rather just play the Bacchus Krampus next turn. Oh, they're playing chess! That I was not expecting. That changes things slightly. Okay. I'm gonna draw. I should have drawn a card first. This is not so great. But I'm going to focus on getting our last word counter up so that the Hugin and Moonin have rush. But I know, at least I've played a lot of Chess Sword, I kind of know the simplest way to kind of deal with it, which is mostly just board locking it more than anything. Like, they can hit us a lot, but also they won't get So I kind of want to draw more cards. What's our last word counter at 3 out of 5? So I'm going to do Thunder God this turn, because it means if they kill Guiding Bellringer, and then I'll have 5 last words next turn, which enables Hugin and Moonin. So they're getting decently far on the chessboard because I wasn't. Oof. And so this is why it's pretty good that we prepped our last words so that. Okay, so I just need to do. Is what I'll do here. So I'll do that to start with, and then what I think I'll do is... I kind of want to deal with this board before it gets out of control. Thing is, if I have my Hugin and Moonins just die, you know, I'm going to use Cerberus because I need to make space in my hand. And we'll kill Guiding, which is not actually going to be that useful here. And how was the order I really want to do this in? I guess I will draw cards more than anything. Okay, getting a Skeleton Raider is pretty good. Especially when we've got 2 Spirit Invasions in hand. The Skeleton Raider will be very useful to kind of help stop a king turn, so we kind of just want to push damage whilst also... So I'm doing it kind of this way, mostly. Yeah, manually evil. So I kind of want to starve them of board space. And I should probably could have done that with the Haunted Swordsman rather. Yeah, if I Krampus... I'm gonna Deathcat Reaper just to get rid of the Queen, because she'll be a problem otherwise. Because it still should keep us alive even if they... So I'm expecting them to drop King this turn. Which I don't think kills me? Yeah. They're a very speedy king, but that's all they're doing this turn. That's not healing them. Ooh, Greater Will doesn't do nothing because I'm not doing any leader damage this turn. So... I think... Yeah, we're on like 2. So that, So the Cerberus did help us. Ooh, that would have been very useful to have to deal with this, but it's okay. But what we can do is... I want to evolve that one manually. And then if I poke that, and I can play another one. Skeleton Raider, one of the chess pieces, and this is almost certainly death. I'm not even going to bother counting upwards. Yeah, stop me attacking in. That was possibly overkill, but I didn't want to bother. I was just going for what do I know will absolutely definitely kill rather than bothering to calculate. So unfortunately, sorry, chess did not, despite having a very fast zero-cost king, there was not much he could do. And I had just enough healing to survive. So I think I will play another game with that deck. Because it's fun. You just play good cards and win. Yeah, what I probably should have done is try and like not put a I think I did go too hard in putting a board down. Because obviously the more I could play, like, the less powerful their king, if I didn't let them have anything to trade into, then the king would have not been as strong. But alas, I decided to play things and remove things for some reason. Okay, so Bellringer usually isn't in the more aggressive forest variants. It's not usually in fairy forest. This is probably a more control-y variant of forest. You do get to hear the womp. That is annoying. But I can also be annoying. That nice, just nicely cleans away that. So they're probably Breezy Elf means they're probably playing some kind of Evo forest, which is interesting. They're going to play the Evo Fairy or save it for something else? No, they're saving that. Makes sense. Let's see if I did not draw, so I think it's worth evoing low to push some damage with this one-tailed fox. Especially if they're playing Evo Forest. Really any kind of forest, really, this kind of helps a lot against. Just have a 3/5 ward. And then we've got Masquerade Ghost to set up some more damage on the turn after. Yeah, Evo, not sure what, like, because Evo's power turn is going to be turn 6 when they have, when they get to do their nonsense with, what's their face? PSI. So the thing after... Well, that's fine, because that'll be PSI before my Masquerade Ghost, my big Masquerade Ghost turn. That is a sad bad up Katha. That doesn't kill my 3/5. Oh no, it does. They have 9 cards. But that does also mean that they... Okay. So I do have to... Is there any easier way for me to punch through this? No. Like, I could Guiding Bellringer instead of Masquerade Ghost, but I think I want to set up the Masquerade Ghost this turn. What it is, I'll either him... Trade this in so I get the, Gargantuan. Well, that means they burn the card anyway. And so what they'll probably try and do is do a big PSI combo turn this turn. So definitely, that is not PSI. And that is not a... Okay, that's healing and stuff. Okay, that's a ward, that's annoying. I would like to draw some kind of removal for that. But at least they're getting rid of their own damage shield. And that's the auto Evo one, so it bounces back at the very least. So that she just dies. Okay. Ooh, can I get that Skeleton Raider out this turn? No, I cannot. I can Mino though, which does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap that with that. Mino to trade there. And then let's just get... Ooh, that's pretty good. I kind of want to... Yeah, I'll do it this way. Evo, because we want to discount the Skeleton Raiders. And then I might as well use this Krampus to ping whilst I can for some extra damage. I could have pinged off the Gargantuan Ghost to get some more damage in, so I could Spirit Invasion this turn, but I'll Spirit Invasion next turn. So they can probably quite easily clear this board, but we've pushed a lot of damage, and they didn't clear it last turn, so they might not have PSI ready. So I think they would have used it last turn. Okay, Uranus. It's a free Evo and heals for 3. Okay. That's not PSI, which means we'll probably at least have 1 or 2 ghosts left on the field. Okay, so they're healing up. Which is annoying, but it's leaving them pretty starved on other resources, so... That's a bit of a desperate fairy tale prince there. They're making sure they just don't leave a bunch of stuff. So that's a slightly annoying burn, but oh well. I'm gonna go with this fairly simple turn, just... Did that, we play this skeleton, raider. Not quite lethal, but looking at a fairly dangerous, looking at potentially lethal next turn unless they heal for quite a ridiculous amount. It's possible, but I doubt it. Forestcraft doesn't have that much healing these days. Like, they'd need to, like, PSI Cosmos Fang or Sacred Carbuncle Cosmos Fang? I don't think they've got... They shouldn't have what they need to kill, but they might. That is a bunch of healing. It's very annoying. They're healing a bunch, but not doing much else. But they can probably heal and clear my board, but... That's possibly the worst target for that buff to hit, because that gets bounced back to hand. So not entirely sure what they were thinking there. Bounce back to hand and dies. Okay, can I kill with this hand? No, I cannot. So first order of business is to... But I can push for more damage and draw cards. So I'm just going to do this. I don't draw cards this turn, but they'll have to clear. It's possibly not a great idea, but putting them on 2 is maybe a good idea if I can draw Cerberus or something. Yeah, they're constantly overdrawing. I don't know what they've already got that can. Okay, Jupiter, very annoying. They've got a lot of healing, but I don't know how they kill. That's the thing, they're just being really annoying. Okay, there's your carbuncle to reduce the cost of everything in your fucking Evo Forestcraft deck. Okay. Okay, that's very annoying. I really should have saved that Skeleton Raider. I'm regretting that. No! That's really annoying. And now I can't punch through. Piss, piss, piss. This is super annoying. Just wards upon wards upon wards that I can't punch through just yet, so... I'm going to draw cards. And... okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna get rid of those because those are really annoying. That pings damage and heals. Now I'm just going to play this just to have stuff on the board, and hopefully I draw something next turn. Like Cerberus, please. I would really like to draw Cerberus! There's the Piercer finally. So much. There's more healing and more free evos. Oh, and then, yeah, I just got Wall-Tuck Dusk Mammoth Death to death. Ah, bugger! Just didn't quite have it. Probably misplayed somewhere along the line, but that was real annoying. Just don't know what to do against fucking Evo Flourish. It's not a deck you see that much these days. So I'm not expecting to... maybe Masquerade Ghost would have been better, but yeah, Swordcraft's going to be a bit of a pain, so we want stuff that actually gives us boards, so that's pretty good. No one drops against swords. Okay, so they're playing as much as I don't like using Spirit Invasion for this, the Bane's really annoying. So just nipping that in the bud. Not another one! Yeah, well, I'm playing Guiding Velving Ranger anyway. It's not great against Suave Bandit, because he just kills it for free. Like that, but I need to draw cards. Okay, there's a Kagemichu. How do I want to do this? I think I just want to play the Huguenot. Maybe Caden. Just play Shadowverse anyway. Yeah, Glittering Gold. We get the effect already. That is a fast Glittering Gold. Shit. This is going real bad, real fast. Okay. So I can do this. Evolving is worth, because I could have done this a different way around, but whatever. Okay. That's a very good opening from them, getting turn 4 Geomon. That's the kind of like problem that Glittering Gold deck still has, is like, okay, you can play Geomon on turn 4, but you actually have to get your 3 Glittering Golds by that point. But if you have then it's probably okay. That was a interesting use of that resource. I want to set up Masquerade Ghost. I'm going to evolve him to push more face damage. What's our last words counter? 5, so Mino is active, which is pretty good. So they can definitely just... I can see Kagamitsu because they've got some free evos going off. Yeah, this is going to be a rough matchup unless I can push a whole lot of damage. Ooh, Opulent Fascists, what are they getting? What card are they putting in hand? Don't know, they're not playing it yet. There's a lot of free evos in that deck. Okay, they're not spending the second glittering gold just yet. That gives us an avenue to push a pretty decent chunk of damage. Question is, do I want to Evo for it? I don't want... Evoing doesn't actually push us much else in this situation, so I'm just going to do a regular Skeleton Raider. Because yeah, cutting one off its cost doesn't really, like, we can play Mino or Bacchus, which doesn't help us that much. Well, this just, it's better to save that Evo point for later, possibly to use with this Cerberus. So we want to kind of try and get our last words down, which we can do quickly. Glittering gold. Like, the incidental healing is a real pain. Okay, so we can... I'm actually... yeah, because now we can use... I'm gonna do it this way. So we do that. So I just want a... I'm going to play Deathcut Reaper because that pushes... once that dies, that will push an additional point of damage. And I'm not entirely... at this point with this hand, I hopefully won't care about it. The Kagamitsu still hasn't gotten a free... they haven't actually got that many free... oh, I forgot it was turn 8! That's... that doesn't quite kill. God, I keep forgetting about Musketeer's Vow! as a card! Okay. Okay, first things first, Bacchus, you're not doing us any favors. You need Mina to punch through this ward. Can I kill? No idea, but I'm going to try. No, I cannot. In fact, I cannot even survive. Fuck! Yeah. Yeah, they had incredibly, just a really good curve. And we really needed another Skeleton Raider to deal with. If we had another Skeleton Raider, we could have probably dealt with that Musketeer's Vow board. Or several other things, really. And done a lot of damage. But when they get turn 4 Geomon active, that is what we call a problem. Swordcraft again! Okay, so we've got a bit of a, we don't know, but going first is not worth keeping Skeleton Raider in hand. Because we won't get enough Evos to, work off it, whilst this is a pretty good start. We've got a 1-drop to contest the board, 2-drop to kind of block things. You got the Haunted Swordsman just in case, though. Get that bell ringer down! Get that ding dong down! That sounded weird, like some kind of, Okay, so they're playing a fairly standard, they're playing more, rally. They're playing pure rally rather than, Okay, I'm just going to accumulate more last words and draw cards. Okay, so that tells me they are either confident that they will not lose this Metatron this turn, or they have another Metatron in hand. And they might be right. We might not actually have a way to... Okay, what's our... That is slightly annoying that we cannot, I'm gonna just punch... That we don't get the rush on the Cerberus. Sit up properly. This is... unfortunate that we were one last word short, even though we pretty much had our... We could have really done with a Deathcat Reaper to kill that Metatron, because they might be able to... Yeah, they had another Metatron in hand anyway, so it's not like we're stopping them from ramping. Okay, they're choosing to roll their cards rather than, well, they might still value trade, because they might still trade that 1-2 Metatron in. Probably. Okay, they're doing that kind of value trade, that's fine. I don't actually care too much about that. They get to ramp, and they'll probably ramp into, they don't ramp into, if they don't play, they don't really have any other better setup to deal with, monochrome endgame, other than, because I'd like to save the Skeleton Raider for the turn afterwards, because I want to play this Haunted Swordsman enhanced for the free Evo. But if they play monochrome endgame, I'm pretty much forced to play the Skeleton Raider to deal with it. So obviously that's a big ward that I can't stop. But that is not monochrome endgame, but it is also just a particularly annoying Okay, I might still... Yeah, I think I'm still going to Skeleton Raider. Because what's my last words counter? That's what my last words counter. So. Yeah, evil the ghost so we can play the Skeleton Raider. And push more face damage because we're a deck that likes to do that. And yeah, I don't see, like, Cerberus probably could actually. Like, I could have saved that, but... Also, when dealing with Swordcraft, saving Skeleton Raider isn't always great because if they can get a, if they play Takatsumi, he doesn't do any, his effect does no damage. Because it reduces the damage by 1 and he deals damage in instances of 1 point pings. So it's not always a great idea to save him. And I think killing off that opulent strategist. But hopefully they didn't draw they just didn't draw another words brain. Monochrome endgame. Because we just used our main way of dealing with Monochrome endgame. And also, they're going into they're currently going into turn 8 with 2 Evo points, which is always bad. Swordcraft going into turn 8 with 2 Evo points is just like, no, don't. We have to kill them before then. But I think they've got another, they're doing another opulent strategist play. Kind of like clear our board for free. Which... No, Victorious Blader. Okay. You could actually play this Krampus. We'd be in a pretty good situation. But alas... we don't have that luxury. How do I want to do this? So I think I want to try draw a card that will... I really need to draw... to draw... Deathcat Reaper, which I did not draw. Is unfortunate. I need to draw cards to somehow... So we're basically just... So I'm gonna hit them in the face anyway, even though it does literally nothing. And hopefully they don't have board clear. We really need a Deathcat Reaper there, and we just did not draw it. We have to hope they somehow don't have... Well, we have to just hope is they don't have the clear, because obviously if they can... Opulent Strategist, we're just dead. Victorious Blader is so annoying! They have Angel's Grace in their deck, and fuck! Oh! We just did not draw the answer to that problem. Really sucked. Such an annoying card, Victorious Blader. If you don't draw hard removal, it just kills you. Swordcraft. We should be kind of like semi-favored against Swordcraft, really. Yeah, because of Skeleton Raider, but we've just never had the good good lines for it. Like that. Where were you? Where were any of my Deathcat Reapers? Oh, it's another gold deck. Or you! You've also got Bane. You're also removal. Well, how very annoying of you. No, in this case, we just got... Okay, so there's their third glittering gold and an annoyingly wide board. So I'm gonna Hellish Banquet just to kind of like try and like Geomon with the gold still clears them, but I really need to get rid of that Bane. It's being way too annoying. They might not have Geomon on turn 4. That's always a possibility. Yeah. Opulent strategist on... I guess they want to get that... I guess that is still a free Evo. That's pretty spicy. In that case... I think I'll just take this free Reaper of Madness Evo, because then I'll be on 5 Lost Words next turn. And that's quite really handily deals the board. They're playing gold, so they're not running... They shouldn't be running Victorious Blader. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But we've also got Skeleton Raider in hand, and Deathcat Reaper, so... We can save Deathcat Reaper for, What we have to do is really save Deathcat Reaper for turn... For what? For the Skeleton Raider. Not the Skeleton Raider. Other thing. There. Victorious Blader. We haven't played Geomon yet, which is pretty good for us. And the leader effect from Reaper of... The damage shield from Reaper of Madness doesn't really matter too much against their deck. So we don't have to worry about saving it. They don't have enough burst to be... Okay, so... That's okay, we get to just, set up Masquerade Ghost then. Yeah. I just don't want to... Still no Geomon, which is pretty good for us. I'd like to draw some cards that generate this. There's the Geomon. That glitter, they've only got 1 glittering gold to play at the moment, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's not a great play on them. We get to still keep our Masquerade Ghost. Ooh, that's really good. So we Hugin and Moonin. Pop that one for a card. This one for ghosts. I was hoping to get a 1 play point Ghost Summoner. And then, because I'm being very aggressive, evolve the Ghost. Because we want to get damage in and discount our Skeleton Raider. So they got Geomon Leader effect, so the Gargantuan Ghosts don't really mean much because they only need to play 2 golds to move them. But playing 2 golds also means they're not playing Victorious Blader if they have them. And again, if they do have Victorious Blader, we can deal with them. So this is probably they're doing a fancy. Yeah, they're getting a bunch of Evos, which is annoying. They're also playing a bunch of followers. Okay, what's our last words count out? Is Cerberus a storm yet? Cerberus is not a storm yet, so, but I think we still just kill. Yeah, I think, yeah. Corral souls. Oh yeah. But actually, and yeah, this kills. Ghosted! I'll be waiting for that text message for a while. Comedy genius! Yeah, that's why I like this deck. It does do some... It's, yeah. It's just mid-range Shadow. Why do they call it hybrid? Why are the people... People have lost their minds when trying to name fucking Shadowverse decks these days, I think. But, I feel like playing some Crystallized Haven now. Oh, I had the most annoying... I was just trying to do my dailies earlier today, and it's one of those... You just sometimes get dailies that are just like, win 7 matches. And I'm like, okay, I'll use Crystallized Haven to win 7 matches. And then, I got 6 out of 7 matches, and then I had 4 or 5 games in a row as Crystallized Haven, where I just did not draw Skullfane at all. It was just completely no Skullfanes at all. Maybe I should have, maybe I should have mulliganed for Skullfane this time, because we have no guarantee of getting him. But I've got an otherwise pretty damn good, good hand to start with. But, TGT. Just maiden it to get more stuff. They aren't. Okay. I would like to draw Skullflame, please, deck. Ooh, that's annoying. That's not Skullfane. You are, however, card draw. But I would also like to just fucking set up. I should have saved that for next turn so that he has a shorter cooldown. Fucked it. So they're going to just play. They can't Dual Blade Fury. Dual Blade Fury is a 5 point card. They can They're either taking Graceful Maneuver or We Merchant's Appraisal. Probably Graceful? But are they playing it? Yeah, that's really annoying, just having the opponent strategist. Forge Weaponry! Oh dear. This is going real bad, but they didn't kill... Can I... Okay, there's Skullfane, that's... Okay, but this... Okay, this is fine. I can... Yeah, we could just do Sapphire Priestess and Diamond Master combo. We don't have enough sack crystallizers yet for extra card draw, which kind of sucks. But it's what we have to do to deal with this fucking nonsense that's occurring. But I kind of wish I had Bejeweled Shrine also in, but then also if we had it in, it also would have no board space. So thankfully gave Storm to the Sapphire Priestess and War to the Cursed Maiden. That could have gone the other way around, which would have been not great. Golden Warrior. Interesting. That doesn't particularly pressure. I guess that does give their Bumpkin recruit Storm at the very least, but it doesn't pressure our board that much otherwise. Yeah, you get to. Okay, so I want to. First things first, we shall Skullfane our friend here. Then I can do this tech. And then I'm just going to play. Let's see, what's up? I'm actually going to play the Holy Lightning Bird rather than the Bejeweled Shrine because that means this draws cards. So then we get, now that we, so we lose the Crystallize from the Thunder God, but then it is also Amulet. People forget that the Thunder God of the Tempest is also Amulet Destruction. And their deck is pretty reliant on that Arthurian Light to chip down their opponents. So that's going, so they're just going to board clear me, which is fine. I heal a decent chunk. And we got a Diamond Master, which is actually really good for us. So, Bejeweled Shrine. Would have been better if we could Skullfane also. But this is still... Yeah, this is the play. So we're not Skullfaning because it's just, we just kill. I was like, hang on. I was overcomplicating that thing. I forgot they were on really low HP because we just domed them the previous turn. Didn't even need to wing him. We could have just evoed the Sapphire Priestess. We had a really good game, even though we didn't really use Skullfane at all. We just kind of like used Diamond Master and Storm. Thank you. Okay, so they're probably, as Puddlecraft these days, probably playing Puppet, though they could be. So I'm going to keep one Mayor's Justice and toss everything else because we want to try and get Skullfane. Oh, Holy Lightning Bird's very good, especially... early on, because they'll probably... Okay, so Calamity's Genesis probably still Puppet. Okay, that's pretty good. Ghost Maiden's pretty good here. You can Holy Lightning Bird. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then just Maiden that. We'll just keep cycling through this Holy Lightning Bird to get our crystallizers up real fast. Ooh, or we Thunder God of the Tempest here. I'm gonna Holy Lightning Bird. We can Thunder the God of the Tempest like next turn. Because then they're gonna use a puppet to kill this Cursed Maiden. But she's done it. You're Merciless Voiding to kill the Cursed Maiden. Also fine. Start with playing this to draw a card, because we mostly just want to hopefully draw that, so we will... There's the boy! And then, you know, we want to just keep playing Holy Lightning Bird. So now we've got the Turbo Skullfane action going on. So we can do 2 Skullfanes next turn with Holy Lightning Bird and Thunder God. But they might start playing a bunch of... Okay, they got Kasim in the deck to do stuff, but they're definitely a form of puppet portal. Okay, so we Skullfane. Hope we win the 50-50. We did not win the 50-50. That sucked. Holy Lightning Bird again. Mary TG2. We are letting them do their Kasim nonsense, but we've got 3 Diamond Masters, so we're well on our way to clearing anything they do. Okay, so they're just playing that, I see. Okay, so I think this is just another fairly simple turn where we want to start getting Skullfane discounted. Let's make Crystallize that. Crystallize at 5, so it does get buffed at the very least. So let's just do the simple Sapphire Priestess and Diamond Master Wombo combo. Classic! So they get the healing from the Magisterial Dreadnought nonsense. And then I pop this mostly, so we are now overhyped, but our hand is otherwise... Our hand's pretty damn solid, so I'm pretty fine with this. Okay, so there's a kind of more control-y portal. They have another puppet in hand to clear my board? They do. That sucks. So, okay, that's fine. Don't mind losing that. So we can Skullfane or Vadra Champion. Vadra Champion's probably hard for them to remove, but then we're not doing much else this turn. I really wish I could... Like, Vadra Champion cuts out a bunch of their healing as well, so I'm tempted to just Vadra Champion crystallize the Maus Jester and set up for... Like, they're gonna have a... This leaves them with an annoying board, but I want to stop them from healing. So... yeah, I'm just gonna set up to kind of, like, get more damage. I'm gonna evolve... No, I'm not gonna evolve Vadra Champion. Because now we've got a 0-cost Skullfane. So hopefully we can do some nonsense next turn. We just knocked off a bunch of their healing. We don't like that kind of Portalcraft deck. I don't know how much they have. It's really... They've probably got some hard removal. They've probably got a Jupiter or something in it. But a lot of Portal's removal is trading based. Like, that does nothing against Vadra Champion. Are they trying... Do they not know what Vadra Champion does? They do not know what Vadra Champion does! What the fuck? Also, that doesn't heal you anymore, friend. Okay, so I'm going to... So Diamond Master will... Yeah, I think it's just Holy Lightning Bird and Skullfane, and yeah, that just kills. The Badger Champion is Clash Banish the enemy follower, which means anytime anytime he attacks or is attacked by an enemy follower, he banishes them before they deal damage. Which means if you attack him, you just get banished. You cannot trade into him with you literally cannot trade into him with followers, because he just banishes them before they get to hit him. You basically have to use hard removal against them. So they tried to Evo and heal, but they just completely failed at doing that because you didn't get to actually connect and trade. Anyway, it's I just realized we need to get our daily bonus because of the daily bonus is reset on a of course I'm there. Also, they don't observe daylight saving time. Daylight saving time nonsense. We get to do our dailies slightly earlier. But yeah. Okay. At least we got our, that means we got our temporary gems daily done pretty quickly. Not actually been that long. Just thinking. I said I don't have a lot of ideas at the moment. Let's play around a bit. Let's see what's in the in-game tournament winning decks going around so far. So is this the this is this 20. Yeah, this is not, this is before, they haven't updated it with the post buff stuff, so that's not going to be useful to us at all. Actually, you can easily tell if it's post buff. What are the tournament winning decks for Portal? Yep, it's still Artifact, so that is definitely pre nerfs. Pre balance changes really. It was one deck got nerfed, and two decks got buffed. Hey Evelyn, how you doing? It's going pretty good. We've just been playing some games because I'm tired. I haven't been doing anything fancy. So I just want to play things. I'm actually playing some Shadowcraft and some Crystallized Haven because they're just the fun decks I'm enjoying right now. Wedding. I'm no good at weddings. They're always too busy for me, and I'm like, there's all these people I don't know. And then like, oh, hi, what you doing these days? And I'm like, I don't want to have to explain this. Actually, no, I've got a fairly bunch of normal things I can tell people I'm doing that people will be like, oh, that's good. Can't say here though, because that would be massively doxing myself. But yeah, I actually, for once in my life, I have things I can say to people when they ask what are you doing these days. Otherwise, yeah, I just sit on the side and eat food. Because I don't think I can tell a lot of my I mean, I've got a decent amount of younger family who probably know what streamers are. So they'd probably understand what I'm talking about if I start talking about VTubers, which is slightly terrifying. You never know the true terror until you think, there is a possibility, however slight, that a family member will have watched one of my streams. And that low chance is only going to increase with time. Ah. That sounds like a busy wedding indeed. There's not a lot of weddings near me. It's mostly, I live in a place that's like, yep, everything's expensive in the capital, regardless of what country you're in. The capital is always a massive upcharge on everything. Because it's where everyone is, where all the mostly they're fleecing the tourists. More than anything. I want to just try out a deck I haven't really played before. Jeez, 3 cupcakes and a juice box for 20 euros. The fuck? That's... How? That's what? 5 euros an item? I would never be able to justify that. I'd be like, no, I'm not eating. I'll just, if I had to pay for food, I'd be just like, no, I'm not spending any money here. I'll starve. That's insane. No, I'm so sorry, Evelyn. Yeah, I straight up could not afford that. Like, I don't even have 300. I don't have euros. Euros, but like euros and pounds are basically about the same. You're safe, Caden. You're safe. I, however, have too many younger cousins who are all internet savvy. They know what the Twitches and the YouTubes and the TikToks and the Fortnites. I don't think any of them, I'd be very shocked if any of them played Shadowverse, admittedly. But there's a possibility. Because maybe they just don't recognize my voice. But I feel like playing. Let's play Puppet now. Show what Puppet's looking like these days. It's looking like it did a bit before. Some decks are running Dandy Marionette main deck now, which is interesting. Yeah, good plan. Just steal food from the wedding itself. But yeah, lots just generally puppets being puppets. The deck list I saw had 3 absolute chastities, but I didn't want to make any more. I wanted to save my vials. Yeah, then you have to pay to get back, and oh, but here in the UK, our travel's gotten so bloody expensive. You basically have to pre-book any kind of travel on any kind of public transport at all now. It's... Jesus, is it a long... Nah. Yeah, that is definitely beyond my spending limits of any kind of travel. But then I'm zipping around Tiny Island. Getting all over you. Yeah, so definitely like a decently long trek, but still 120, Jesus Christ. That'd probably cost me something similar if I wanted to say like go to fucking Scotland on the day. But as always I have to, it's always like the... Oh, they gave up. They did not get a good draw. They didn't want to play against Portal Graph, I guess. Yeah, definitely sounds like something. I think cars are expensive too. I guess 128 for a single trip is still cheaper than most of the car upkeep. I don't know, I've never driven. Can't get a driving license when you're a rabbit. They don't give them to rabbits, unfortunately. Generally, typically, a rabbit does not have the wherewithal to drive a car, so they don't see it necessary. Against Swordcraft, I'll keep this behind. Ooh, Absolute Chastity, an opening hand, that's very good. Splossing Powder is a bit awkward because this makes an enhanced puppet. So we can't actually, hopefully we get something okay, that helps us out a lot. So I'll play one puppet now to deal with that friend and push damage. And get this Absolute Chastity rolling. Okay, and yeah, just kind of keep things. Good to hear, Evelyn. Yeah, I've been seeing a fair few. It's okay, Caden. I've got plenty of friends and family who can give me lifts. I'm not that desperate, but yeah, glad to hear you are enjoying the crafts of the forests as they do their things. I think the fairy forest is probably still doing all right. I don't want to play this enhanced puppet yet. I think I just want to. In that case, hey Peach, yeah, we gotta craft them forests. They be goldening them warriors. Very annoying of you. To give your Penguin Guardian Storm. That's very rude. Okay. Well, I'm going to... Maybe the healing would have been a better option there, but eh. Do the enhanced puppet first, otherwise I might run into the risk of not getting the full board if I'm unlucky and I don't get the rush. But I did get rush. So I can just trade these two in. We've got these Absolute Chastties for hard removal, which is very good. And now we're on 10 destroyed. And sorry, Caden, no more wood-related. See, I'm trying to think what's gonna be. I can't take out Lashana with this. This pushing damage, okay. This is slightly annoying because we can't actually punch into this, so I'm just going to. So in that case, we banish one. Trick has a 7 cards hand, so I need to. So I'd really want to wait, but I think I kind of have to. So yeah, I'll take only drawing 2 cards from this Evo. It's fine. It's because I need. I'm scared of this 1/1. I'm gonna kill it. I don't know if they're going to make an annoyingly wide board. If they're gonna do some kind of board buff shenanigans. Taketsumi's fine, whatever. That's not going to kill my board, and we've got a lot of damage in hand. So as long as something sticks and they don't have another bloody... That doesn't help them out in many ways. Okay, so Dandy Marionette does very little, but guess I just Forge Weaponry. Yeah, that's just death. Oh, not quite. It's close enough. We'll almost certainly be able to kill them next time. So let's see, yeah, no, they're just dead. Oh no, they're doing Swiftly Clipblader nonsense. I'm just dead. They've got some. What nonsense are they killing me with? I don't know how this deck works. Forge Weaponry. Once. Twice. Oh shit, yeah, I'm. Fucking Wombo comboed. I should have known. I forgot about I should have Absolute Chastity to put a ward in play. Oh, I forgot about, yeah, I was like, oh no, they're dead. No, they've got fucking Taketsumi shield up, which stopped them from dying, which prevented 1 damage that saved their life. And then they just comboed me. Whereas if I'd played Absolute Chastity, I would have been fine. Okay, we don't want Dandy Marionette. We don't have anything to play the boss move out with, so we want to keep it. But we do want to keep Metatron because we're going second. This is a lot. This is good. This is very good. We can play. We're probably going to have a very similar first hand to us, so I'm going to. Craftsman's Pride to get a puppet. I should have gone for the Forge Weaponry. Oh well. That would have been a better choice. Definitely would have been a better choice. They're playing very defensive, so. Let me bonk off that shield and Blossoming Flower Doll. So this is probably the mirror match then. Yeah, that fucking misplay because I forgot about Taketsumi's effect. They have an Orcus, which isn't annoying. We've got a Wielder of the Cosmos, though. Going to be of any use to us whatsoever? Probably not. Don't know if that's worth using up the enhanced puppet. But oh well, it's what we did. We got Metatron inauspicious next turn. The one thing they could have that would make my life a living hell, and it's double fucking... and it's drawing all their fucking bell ringers when we have no way to deal with them. Okay. But it's still best to play the Metatron. Metatron and Inauspicious is still the best play this turn. Yeah, we can't kill that one, so no point trying. We got our ramp though. What kind of annoying... Okay, so they're just dropping the Shenna on us. That's fine. We'll Shenna them back, but we'll have more things to play. Then they're going to Orcus us! And we're basically just going to... That's very much a case of... After they Orcus us, we basically just have to Wielder of the Cosmos and pray, really. Me. Okay. Checked how much, what my total destroyed rate was. Okay. Can evolve now. Okay, that's pretty good. We can bonk that. I kinda just want to push as much damage as I can, so... And then, yeah. Like the other Metatron. Because they're going to... Again, they're not going to, So we'll probably do a use the Dandy Marionette to try and do something this turn. Or is it better to save it to next turn? No, I don't think I can afford to wait that long. Depends what I draw here. Summon Divine... Ooh, that's probably better than Dandy Marionette. Right, what do I actually want, though? Eternal Dogma doesn't heal anymore. Do I really want to draw cards? They put it to card draw. Then I draw a card and... Shield doesn't do a whole lot, it just prevents some of the damage from... I think I'm tempted to just go for Spear for Judgment just because I really want to push as much damage as possible. Like, I know even though I'm hitting with this... I don't want to burn, I don't want to go through the Evo point. Yeah. This means if they don't kill me now, I can possibly get the... what are they gonna get? What's they gonna get with a wielder? At least... Oh, they're gonna get a really bad wielder because the random destruction hit the one thing it can't kill. I think... Okay, so they can remove my board at least, but I think I still kill with a Dandy Marionette and New Destruction. This Dandy Marionette, yeah, because I can just trade in all the puppets to the wielder to make space. Yeah, I think this kills. Yeah. And then we do this. We do this. And then this. And then this. Hey! Correct decisions were made. I probably should have, in retrospect, the shield was probably the better option. So I forgot they had a Wielder of the Cosmos in the hand, so the shield would have stopped them, would have prevented a decent amount of damage, but yeah. Didn't really matter in the end. Yeah, Dandy Marionette, not actually that bad. You can get a lot of damage out of him. Yeah, let's go. I wanna play enough. Another match's puppet portal, cause it's pretty fun. And I'll play if I see sword again, I won't fucking misplay like an idiot. But yeah, I'd completely not registered, forgotten about the Swift Speed Quick Beta combo. That's actually getting decently popular now. There's so much swordcraft. Everyone is either jumping on the glittering gold bandwagon, or maybe it wasn't. Wielder of the Cosmos, an opening hand. Oh, I'll keep it around as. So the one card you really don't want is the opening hand because he only stays a 1 cost, and also this deck doesn't run any kind of way to tuck him back in. So once he's in your hand, he's there. Hello, Awesomey. Hello and welcome to the Potwave, Elden Ring Potwave IRL, I guess. I could have done it, you don't know. You have no way of telling, you can't see. No one's ever seen my arms move. This is a fairly solid turn progression. They've probably got another Metatron in hand. People usually do not play. Well, if you can see, then I'd be deeply concerned. They just played 3 bumpkin recruits in 1 turn. That is certainly a play they made. I'm just going to play fucking... get this one Lashena rolling up. I don't have the Evo points to hold on to it turn. Let them trade in their cards this turn. Yeah, do the... I drew all their Metatrons. They've drawn. That's what the hell I'm starting at, when it's just like, yeah, I'll draw 3 Metatrons and 3 bumpkin recruits. That'll happen. Okay, so first things first, we want to actually, what's our actual destruction count at? Can we get to it before playing this Lashena? No. But I'll go for the standard. Probably should have just gone for new destruction, actually. It would have been probably more sensible. Also, that was probably a mistake. No, it's not a mistake, it's fine. There's our Evo here. Okay. Let me just get a whole... And we get one of our might as well. Yeah, I think it's worth playing this New Destruction. It's either play the New Destruction or the one play point Wielder of the Cosmos. I'm tempted. Actually, no. I'll play the Wielder of the Cosmos because. Hey, you dealt 2 damage. Thanks. It's like, what would be... It would be really bad if you rolled... Evo for 0 points. Gain 2 player points because I had nothing to do with him, or gain... Gain would have been fine. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I think I want to bump him there. There's no real reason. I want to save the Absolute Chastity, I think. So I think I'm just going to... Lashana. Play him a 2-0 cost. Punch that and play that. We want to save the pups themselves because we want to combo them with the Dandy Marionette. But obviously not if they play, no, they don't have Hero of the Hunt active. Yeah, that's fine. That's a strategist that is opulent. They sure are healing a bunch. Are they going for... Okay, so they're not. That means we don't have to worry about... Okay, given what they just did, I'm just going to go for the Dandy Marionette burn at this point because I can put out a lot of damage with the puppets I've got, and I'd rather save the then we just do this because we have a lot of puppets. I don't actually want to trade in the... This might actually kill. No, it's going to be just shy of actually killing. Lots of puppets. Then we get to play another New Destruction. And they'll take a shitload of damage next turn. That is not... I mean, that's a lot of healing, but you do realize you're taking 8 damage next turn from the... That does not heal you enough, my friend, to survive. Unless you can somehow pull another, 4 healing out of those, Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize how funny Dandy Marionette and Puppet Symbol was. That's quite hilarious, the amount of pings you get out of that, because that's 4 pings off it. Yeah, I don't have any missions on it. Yeah, so... Going pretty well today. I'm quite happy. I can see lots of people are just kind of like messing What else do I actually want to play though? I want to play a kind of like newer deck, but I don't have a lot of vials is the thing. So like I can't play Wrath or Evo, like Wrath or Wrath Evo Blood because I don't have any of the Guitar Devil man, and he's pretty vital to that deck. I have played Shadowverse for near enough launch, not quite launch. I think the first set was out when I started playing it, so quite a while now. I've had a few times where I've like taken a break for a bit, but like I've always played at least a little bit every set, I'd say. So let me just look at the amount of card sets. When I've played the 2 sets in rotation, it was Classic and Darkness. And these are the kind of cards I played with. Played with Altered Fate decks. We remember the days of Veteran Lancer. Main reason why people didn't use the original English dub of Shadowverse. I don't know, I have Japanese voices on. I have Japanese voices on anyway, so don't get to hear that, and I can't be bothered to switch over because then I have to re-download all the English voices. But yeah, as you can see, I liquefied a lot of the things that weren't just bronzes or basics. Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's been in a pretty good space now, especially after the artifact nerfs. I think the artifact nerfs has actually kind of like made things a lot better because I see a fair amount of variety. Like a lot of people in ladder at the moment, like a lot of people, like mostly seeing people play Swordcraft, but then there's like 3 different Swordcraft decks. So 3 or 4 different Swordcraft decks at the moment, so like it's not even like everyone's just playing Swordcraft, they're playing different forms of Swordcraft, and there's like 2 different variants of Bloodcraft, 2 or 3 different variants of Bloodcraft. Portalcraft is pretty much just Puppet Portal. I've seen a few people play, we had a match against someone playing a more control-y Calamity's Genesis Calamity's Genesis, that's the one. That is the card. The card is called Calamity's Genesis. Deck. Played against one of those a bit earlier. Like, I mostly play, Portalcraft is probably like my main go-to. Thank you for the follow as well. Pretty much, we're getting real close, only four more to go. And I will unleash my singing upon the world. So if you want to say that, remember to go to all your friends, tell them to find this cute rabbit on the internet called Kurosami and follow them. But, yeah, like the currents that I've been mostly playing here, a lot of Portalcraft, a lot of Shadowcraft. As I said, this is, I'm going to rename, this is mid-range. It is mid-range, we can just call things general mid-range again. We don't have to, like, fit it into a weird archetype. It's just fucking mid-range. It works. It doesn't have, it's slightly aggressive. It doesn't have much of an early game. It doesn't have any real, like, full-on end game. It works best, it works best turns, like, 4 to 8. 4 to 7, really. 4 to 7, that's a mid-range deck. Look at, I mean, the curve is a lot of 2-drops, but they're 2-drops that you play lots of, especially Baccaris. This fucking friend. It's got no discernible appearance. It just goes Just goes Bake and summons ghosts, and that's all it needs to do. But yeah, if you know, I do sometimes do like deck guides, and I try to make like kind of like budget decks. Yeah, I stream a lot. Is it lots of Is it mostly just video game streams? But I do want to kind of like branch out into at least some karaoke streams once I get once that gets going. So that'll be a thing I do semi-regularly. Obviously, I can't do. It's not something you can do super frequently, especially if you want the VODs to stay up. But yeah, I play a lot of video games. And yeah, this is I regularly play as you guess by the name, it's called Shadowverse Sunday, so I just play Shadowverse on Sunday evenings. My other kind of like major brain rot game that I'm obsessed with, that everyone in my chat will know, is a game called Signalis, which is an indie survival horror game that came out the other week. And if you like survival horror games, especially if you like stuff like the older PlayStation 1 Resident Evil games or Silent Hill, then I thoroughly recommend checking out Signalis. It's really, really good. It's my game of the year, and this is a year that Elden Ring came out in, so you know that's something. I think what my Fairy Forest deck actually looking like these days? Yeah, it's fine. Let's see how this still holds up. To have some more variety in what I'm actually playing on stream today. Don't know how. He said usually when I do Shadowverse streams, I do a little like I try and do a practice at deck in-depth deck guides, because I was told that there's not that many of those available, and some people are really looking for like the kind of content that goes like through a deck card by card and explains what that card does and how that card works in the deck. There. I didn't realize I put Archangel of the Word in the deck. What? But yeah, I usually start a stream off with that, but I'm tired. It's been a long week. So this has been a particularly chill Shadowverse Sunday. Yeah, like there's a lot of guys that are like really punching people. Like if you're looking for a quick Shadowverse guide, then Solemn Gravekeeper, that's an interesting card to see. If you're looking for like a really quick Shadowverse guide, then Zif's guides are highly recommended. But like for like a long, but for a much like if you're going for a longer kind of like a longer going through in the depths, and that's not really there. It's like it's only really, I guess the Japanese, there's plenty of JP streamers that do it. That's slightly annoying, but otherwise manageable. It's we got a lot of fairies in hand. We can, or I think I accidentally. I did not mean to. I think I accidentally loaded in my budget fairycraft deck. That's why Archangel of the Word and Water Fairies in here. Whoops. That burnt a fairy. That was pretty bad. But they're playing a weird Shadowcraft deck, so maybe we've got a chance. I didn't realize I'd accidentally loaded up my budget Forestcraft deck. So our only legendary, I'm pretty sure, is like Nobilis, and maybe a Rain or two. They're playing interesting. They're playing a Mordecai deck. Where does this deck come from? This is a deck I haven't... Like, I've seen another person also playing this Burial Rite Shadowcraft. It's going to evolve Orthus, which will help. Yeah, and then they'll get their Invoke to, or they'll trade for some reason. Are you not running Lakandula? Interesting. Okay, so... I'm just going to push more damage, play more fairies that ping. But yeah, so I can't say I'm like a super expert, but I like to think that I'm learning as I go. So you can find my deck guides up on my YouTube channel, which you can find on the link. I've also got one of those YouTube channel things, so if you go onto YouTube like at Kurosami, yeah, I know what that deck is doing and it's real annoying. But I should be able to just crush them. I just really need... No, that's real good. I need to put some fairies into my hand so that the Blast Fairy kills the Charon. But I can't actually put enough in, so which kind of sucks. I forgot that's not... Water fairies are not fanfare! Okay, how do I actually want to do this? This is a shame, I wanted to Evo to push face damage more than anything. And I'll just make my board unmordecaiable just to be on this... Or rather on, Yeah, they didn't have enough Mordecais to die there, so we don't get them back. And now they're just lost. Okay. So Budget Fairies wins by virtue of my opponent also running a gimmick deck. Actually getting pretty good, actually ranking up in Master. Maybe I'll actually hit Grandmaster this rotation, because I just don't play enough. I mostly play on stream and a little bit, just do my dailies occasionally during the week. So I've got other games I want to play. But yeah, so I like trying to... I've had people say my guides are useful, so I'm very happy that they're received, even if they are a bit scuffed and they are just like, I don't do any video editing, I don't have the time or the skills for that. I like them. And the kind of the way the guides are formatted makes it hard to actually do video editing, so I just have like a straight stream highlight that's up on my YouTube channel that you can find at youtube.com/@kuro-sami. Middle dash, not the underscore. But I should link. Does it... Can I find my handle? I have to go into the fucking channel customization nonsense. Where's my fucking handle? Where do I find it? No, right, it's still not fucking... Okay, never mind. You just get the normal link there. Because I can't find my exact... But there's my YouTube channel. I said I'm still working on getting all the VODs up. Just exporting them from Twitch slowly. I'd love to be able to export them faster, but two things. One, that makes it break a lot. Because I once tried to do like 3 in one day and it ended up just uploading the same video 3 times. Which was a bit of a pain. The Twitch export system is not a So my regular fairy deck is actually still a budget fairy deck, despite the fact I have a separate budget fairy deck. Oops. Yeah, this is... It's got 3 Nobilis and 1 Cosmos Fang. That is my budget deck. But I guess they were definitely not expecting the Archangels of the Words to just clear their board early. Underrated card, Archangel of the Word. Classic retrain of the classic Angel of the Word. But that means I don't have a Fairy Forest Craft deck. Let's just quickly grab the... What's Tempo Forest Craft look like? Fairy Forest Craft, but with Noxious Elf. Why are they called? Why is one? This is where you. Oh no, that's also got Noxious Elf. Tempo Forest Craft. It says Shining Valkyrie. Oh, I'd have to make a Noxious Elf. I don't really know if this is, because again, this is slightly outdated. I'll copy the deck anyway. And I'll just... And we'll save it. Yeah, why? There. It is Tempo and it is Fairy Forest Craft. And it is a silver leader, so they're a song leader, so we have to have silver. Anyone who knows Gambly will understand. No, cards. No. I don't want to go there. I want... No, I just bought a, I just used up my temporary cards. Like, I will have to make a Noxious Elf. Or I could simply... What could I replace Noxious Elf with? This is a budget option. Would be good for it. This does a lot of things. So it's 2 damage. It's a 2 damage clear we could replace, but it's also card draw. And it's also it's rather card cycling, because it's taking fairies, it's turning fairies into cards. Basically. So I could just put a just put a second drain in. Be a bit more consistent on that end. Okay. Let's give this a bit a whirl. Sit up straight. Just falling out of my chair. Haven Craft might be a bit awkward if, especially they're playing like Control or Heal Haven. That's been take the Forest Mission, but I'll keep the Blast Fairy in silence. Let's see, when do they play this? If they play Holy Lightning Bird first, then we won't play the Blast Fairy, but anything else we can play Blast Fairy turn 1 and then bounce it with Phantom Bloom. This is... okay. So they're probably Crystallize Haven. Yeah, they're probably Crystallize Haven, and they're just... and, that's their opening turn, as our frequent opening turn of Crystallize Haven is. So we want to punish that by just... It's a very slow opening turn, which is good for us. Because it means we just get to punish it with Phantom Bloom. Because they haven't played Holy Lightning Bird, we've been pretty... Okay, so they can... That'll be slightly annoying. Let's see, let's... Want to save our... Okay. I think rather than blast fairying, I think I just want to silence Suzuka and fairy just to draw cards. Like, it's using up a bounce that I could use otherwise, but okay, that's a pretty good draw. So we can fairy Phantom Bloom Precocious. Because like we don't really want to leave. No point in leaving anything on the board because they're gonna Skullfane it. Like we could try and imagine them not having a Skullfane in hand, but unlikely. But it's not. That's not good. A good idea to kind of like this. Okay, so like I don't want to blast fairy because blast fairy will actually no, rather than playing out the fairies, can just play out. Yeah, so we Precocious Phantom Bloom. Precocious to draw a card. And Evo Phantom Bloom to deal some damage. Now we've got another Phantom Bloom. Got PSI, we've just got a generally very aggressive, and our Tam Limbs not looking particularly active. Okay, so Sapphire into Diamond Master? Yeah. Do they have the... Okay, they didn't have the it's good they didn't have the Okay, so that'll be pretty good next turn. So what I'm gonna do here is Blast Fairy. Yeah. Then we bounce the Blast Fairy. Blast Fairy again. And yeah, Miracle Harvest so that we so we're overflowing on cards, but again we're about to just kill them basically. Like we've got our... So we'll have our Tamlim active, we've got Rains, we've got PSI. Basically they have to heal a lot and make a large board. They can make a bunch of wards, obviously, especially if they have Chirpy in hand, which would be annoying. Okay, they're healing. Are they healing in Chirpy? Yeah, fuck. Okay, so we're going to probably PSI this turn to kind of like clear off. They don't have their... They're trading, that's good. Trading's very good for us. That means they're not pushing damage on us. So, I'm trying to think just if I have... So we're PSIing anyway because we need to clear off this board. That's a guarantee. And then we've got... So if we Tam Limb... That's 4, 6... No, that's 8 damage with Rain. We don't have quite enough to kill just yet. But if we leave too much... Then there you go, just go. So let's draw cards, I think. Okay, that's not exactly not really what I wanted, so... Going to rain... And evolve that to push some more damage. And then just play Anfairy to make room in our hand. And also possibly direct that Holy Lightning Bird shot elsewhere. Yeah, if they just hardcast it, just hardcasting a Skullfane, I think we win? No, they're on 9. We need a bounce to... Okay. We really need a way to get... Let's hope Coach just draws us something good. Come on. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, I don't really know what to do. I think... Like, we're on the... Yeah, that sucks. Sucks that we did not get what we needed to kill, but we might not be dead yet somehow. Oh, so close yet so far. I thought I was safe. If I had to draw on any other I needed to draw some other damage, just anything else. But maybe they don't have it. They've not had a great start so far. They're just hardcasting another Skullfane. That doesn't do anything? Unless you've got a Vajra champion. No, you're just dead on board still. Oh! Surprised they did not have any other options, but that Evo was definitely worth it, so that made that Tamlin survived the Skullfane. It was definitely smart move, and also the Felper. See, it worked out. That was secretly the line I was going for all along, not the fact that I still had two flying mistletoe scrolls in hand that evolved, that gave me a storm. But those are only that's only 6 damage storm unless I have a spell to evolve them with. Yeah, otherwise, what else do I? Is that I play Williams? I've been playing a lot of retro shooters as well recently. I have been trying to play through Doom 3, but I'm just getting so frustrated with that game, I kind of don't want it. I played through Doom 1 and Doom 2. This is a pretty good starting hand. Against Early Haven board. Autumn Leafman might actually be really good, but I don't know if I'm going to regret keeping it. But we'll play we got Aquifer. Yeah, I probably should have just kept Aquifer. Oh, that's perfect. So, we're pretty... No, so that's also fine, because we can make our Born immune. So keeping that Autumn Leaf Man is actually really good here. Because we can now make our board immune to the Holy Lightning Bird. Which means we get to push a lot of aggressive damage. It'd be really good if we had a Forest Merchant in hand to push even more damage. Okay. So they have the removal for it, but that was a pretty desperate... That was a pretty good... We made them use up a spiritual blow on that, and we just drew another Phantom Bloom Predator, which is very funny to me. Which means we can do... We bounce the Leaf Man. This is just absurd. They've got a few options that can deal with this, but we have made ourselves pretty strong. Our only problem is now we've got fuck all. The Diamond Master would be pretty devastating here. Yep, there's Diamond Master into Wingy, I'm guessing. Yep. There goes our board. And Tamlin cannot let it up. So I would like to draw Nobilis, please. Yeah, it's not who I wanted to draw, but I have to play because I need to get cards. Okay, just... At least we get to draw a bunch of cards. And we've got a lot of damage in hand now at the very least. We've got Shining Valkyrie and Rain and Precocious, which is pretty good in terms of us like hopefully being able to punch through whatever board they put down this turn. They haven't played any Skull Fiends, so... Ooh, there's Bejeweled Shrine. That's going to make our life a lot harder. Hamlim is active, but not quite strong enough. Another Diamond Master. This is really painful. We were going so well, and then they got this nonsense going. Because now their board is fucking huge and we can't deal. Cosmos Fang! You're not Cosmos Fang, fuck. Okay, but I can at least... Oh no, because they'll have Holy Lightning Bird and that just kills us next turn. We're fucked. We've lost because they had double Diamond Master into double fucking Wingy. Ah, that sucks so much. We were doing so well. But I'm gonna try. Please. Deliver us. Yeah, we're dead. But maybe they're stupid. There's entirely there is a possibility they don't realize they can just kill us with Holy Lightning Bird. They might be that dumb. Like, I know that I'm dead by what they have in hand. But they might not know that I'm dead. Never underestimate the stupidity of your opponent. Nope, they know they can just kill me. They're just going to play Holy Lightning Bird and evolve it. Yep. Oh! We had such a good start! You've also not drawn a fucking Nobilis, which would have been really good. Or Cosmos Fang, we really needed to draw... It's Cosmos Fang in this deck, actually. We'll probably check. Cosmos Fang is in this deck, so if we had drawn Cosmos Fang, we had a chance. But we did not. Mm-mm-mm.
私の矢は千里をも射抜く。咲き誇るは魔力の花。
Okay, against the Runecraft, I do want to keep Precocious. It's very good. Ah, that's a pretty good. So... Ish, kind of. Not sure. Using Eric Carreras sleeves. That ship's kind of over now that they've gone back to their original partners. It was a thing for a bit. Okay, so gonna drop Lost Fairy. It's possibly not the best idea, but maybe Miracle Harvest would have been better, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not going to play another Blast Fairy, man. I'm going to play out a Fairy and a Miracle Harvest because we want to pressure them unless they're playing... Unless they're for some reason playing chess. But then if I play around chess, I lose to every other rune deck. So we've gotta... Hopefully, the only problem here is they might board lock us, which would be real bad. So I would like to draw a card with this Precocious Failplay Kitten. But they might just not play anything. So far, so Runecraft. Story of a Lifetime is played in most every deck. I don't really want to play any of these cards. I'm just going to wait down. I don't want to board lock myself. Spell boost. Okay. Okay then. Yeah. Maybe I should have. Wait for it, but the counter magic stopped 2 damage, but otherwise, pretty good. Against spell boost, we really want to save. What are they going to banish? Are they going to banish Fairy or Nobilis? Banishing a Fairy, they're trying to stall. That does mean I get to just plonk a bunch of damage down. Depending on what this draws, depends on what I evolve. Okay, neither. Yeah, it's not worth burning an Evo point here. I kind of want to hold on to this Cosmos Fang to hopefully deal with them if they play... once they play Kuon. Because that just bounces their really spicy board and they can't do anything about it. Okay, not that Kuon though. You don't want to use it on a cheap Kuon that isn't even... that's only going to make them... Like, we want to save it for their big Kuon. So obviously we can deal with this fairly easily. Ah, that's why. I was about to say, why are they not, Okay, so... Lost Fairy... Miracle Harvest... You... And we draw some cards and buff our board and just be very, very annoying. And hopefully these Felper kittens will stick around. They haven't spell boosted a lot, so they don't have... Yeah, Meltina's whatever. Kinda wish that had hit on the Felpers, but whatever. No, I need to play something else before, They also need to heal to survive, because we've got Tamlim in hand. We can do a lot of damage with Tamlin because we can Tamlin's bounce Tamlin again. So I'm not seeing a future where they survive. Think they're dead. Yeah, that doesn't save you, I'm afraid. My lethal works even if you greater will my entire board. That seems like a very desperate raiding blades. Okay, cool. Let's just get this over with then. And then... oh, no. I think they thought I missed lethal because I didn't Evo. Also, I could have just Evo'd and not given away that I had Silent Suzuka in my hand, but... I was expecting them to heal. Okay, so that's gone past... it's a good 2.5 hour stream. I'm getting kind of sleepy. So I'm sorry I've been doing a couple of shorter streams. It's just I get very sleepy for like a couple of weeks after daylight saving. I know daylight saving time's only just switched over in the States for all American viewers, but switched over like last week and I'm still kind of like reeling from it because I'm just one of those people who's really affected by the weather. So I need to do a lot to like keep going, and I just get very tired very early, and I just want to play. I was like, I think I've done. Actually, no. I think I can go a bit more because I think I know what I haven't done in a while. I have not done matches with viewers. I know I've got a few people who might not have decks ready, so let's do everyone's favorite, make your opponent's deck and take 2. So otherwise it's just too good. So you don't need to have any experience, any cards. It's just take 2, but you make your opponent's deck. Just don't stream snipe me. I'll trust you on that. It's first come, first serve. I didn't know Germany still did daylight savings time again. Or are you just talking about how I had to shift my schedule over for my time adjustments? Yeah, it sucks and it's terrible, and how my brain is wired really doesn't like it, so I'm just instantly more tired for a significant portion of the like, I'm tired because the clocks change, and then I'm tired because it's dark all the time, and I get really sleepy in the dark. So winter's just a very sleepy time for me. I might start trying to do more midday streams if I do end up far too tired in the evenings, but I like my evening slots. It's usually because gets me to catch both the American and EU time zones, basically. That's what I'm trying to do. Also, just it's nice time because I'm like, oh, when do I stop streaming? I will stop streaming when I am sleepy. But yeah, yeah, the old people always vote to keep things the same, them and their status quo. Shit band. Sorry. I don't think I know anyone who listens to Status Quo anymore. I didn't listen to Status Quo, I just knew the band existed. I guess the Status Quo always existed. There. Damn. I'll wait a bit to see if people want to do any Take-Two matches. But if not, then I will just say, yeah, that's enough. That would be enough for today. Anyway, I'll have... I'll just hide myself so that I can hide myself and mute myself so that I can have a quick little break. And then I'll see if anyone's come back by the time. I'll give me a couple. I just need to head off for a couple minutes, get some more water mainly. So, what? I'm back. Ooh, it's Caden. Yeah, Caden, no. You're not ready, but you're here. Well, Zed, make sure you're at least not looking at the screen whilst I'm making your deck, because otherwise that's cheating. You can't see what cards you have. Let us check These are really easy to make. Really bad for people. Okay. Kishima could be really good for them. Also really bad. The other two cards are really too good. So. Yeah. This is actually looking too good. Ow. Oh dear. You don't want to give him. Oh no, this is looking too good. I'm giving them cards that are just too good. Screwed. Yeah. Acid Golem with no. Don't give too many, I don't want to give Mountain. I guess that's too dangerous. I want to avoid giving him the option to actually get Earthright in play. Yeah. See how this will go against my most loyal follower, Jaden. Been with me since the beginning. Oop. I just clicked ready. Sorry, I was bugging around. I should be talking. I'm a streamer. I should be engaging in the things. But yeah, this will be interesting to see. If he gets the early magical reserves, we're going to be screwed because he has so many ways to build stacks from a stack. But as long as we don't he doesn't actually get the stack, we're fine. He's nearly done. Yeah, I need to think about what I'm actually going to play the time. I'm tempted to just play Hat in Time more because I don't want to play Doom 3 anymore. It's painful. Maybe I should have played picked the remake version. Yeah, so he's given us Havencroft. Feels like a mistake. Havencroft has too many good cards. Okay, so don't want that too early, and Spiritual Blow is probably not going to be used, but we will keep Dreams of Adventure. Question is, do I want to keep the Hierophants? Do we have any I'm gonna try. Does Caden actually know what he's doing? Okay, we've got a countdown amulet, so we can keep the Hierophants implemented in hands. He might have just done it for spell boost, actually. Might have assumed we have not given him any fucking any Earthright. We are prepared. Can't let that live. That's one of the few dangerous cards in his deck. That would be. I guess we could have just played the Dungeon Pathfinder and Goblin Assault would have killed it. Ah, shit! He's got stack. He can actually do shit with his Earthright cards. Fuck. We're screwed. It's probably not a good use of that because we just waste the banish. But eh. Here I say. See, I gave him some chess. Make him happy. The chess on its own is give me a Diamond Master. It's probably not giving me any way to give that Storm. Or Ward. Probably a bit useless. Okay. But it can't be destroyed by effects, so tempted to just play that over. Because we can do this. Probably not the best idea to evolve that. But we're bonking the Milady and Goblin Assault is taking out the owl. We've got the Unicorn Warrior, which is pretty good on its own, or the Elmarage Defender, depending on how this turn is. That's a hard cast Unicorn Knight. Magical Knight. That's not a great time, all things considered. Interesting choice of Evo. Well, I guess we'll play this one because it's just a good value. Just a board in a can. What more do you need? And certainly
マジですの？
an option he had. Okay, probably unicorn. Since we have this guy on board and a shitload of storm. Da, 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 da. Is it any ally or does it have to be... No, any ally. Excellent. I can heal... Yo. And then that one will belong there, that will belong there. And then we get even sillier. I'm sorry, Kaden, this is just mean. I gave you such trash. Oh, this is cruel. This is mean. Yeah, well, I don't think you got a way out of this, Kaden. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You back, Kaden? It's over. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was mean. I felt so mean. You back, Kaden? Tell me when you're back so I can apologize properly. Yes, you were making my deck. And you gave me too many good cards, and you also picked Havencraft, which is really good in take 2. It's hard to give Havencraft bad cards. They've got too many cards that are just good to play. I'm sorry. I gave you all the chess cards I could find, though. I gave you as much chess as I could. Are you happy with that? Are you happy I gave you all the chess? Even though partially it was because I knew it wouldn't really work out so well. There was no... I didn't see a Mystic King. Sorry, I could not give you the King. Even though you probably would not have been able to play it. Yeah, I think I'm getting tired. I think with... Anyway. That's enough there. I think that's enough Shadowverse for today. It's getting late. Let's go back to the chat room and see who is around to raid. Thank you everyone for coming along. Full visits and all the subscribers and all that good stuff. Who is online? Oh shit, a load of people. Why is everyone else also streaming on a Sunday evening, morning, midday? I'm trying to think. What was it? Yeah, I rated Neil already fairly last week. Let's... Yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking. Ooh. Let's raid. And there's people to raid, I'm just being bad at choosing. I will go for the person who is online that I've not raided before. Let's raid Cozinero. I don't know much about them, but I've seen them around a lot in various other streamers I watch. So they must, and I've seen a lot of people saying good things about them, so they must be pretty good. Just make sure that they're actually still streaming. Okay, yeah, let's raid. Playing Dead by Daylight. Let's go. Let's see a tentacle man play Dead by Daylight. But yeah, see you soon. Tuesday, probably. I'll hopefully have a schedule up soon. Bye!